protecting yourself from coronavirus. The coronavirus disease, or COVID-19, has spread around most of the world. The best way to protect yourself from the coronavirus is to remember the following 3 preventative measures. First, wash your hands often. Use soap and water for at least 20 seconds, or hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol in it. Completely cover both of your hands when you wash them. Put enough hand sanitizer on your hands to cover them completely, and rub your hands together for at least 20 seconds until they feel dry. Do not rinse or wipe off the hand sanitizer before it's dry. Let the sanitizer properly dry on your hands. Second, avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth with unwashed hands. If you do touch your face, wash your hands again. Third, clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces daily. Use locally recommended or approved disinfectants on these surfaces. Wash your hands before and after cleaning. Some further tips to remember when in public include: always cover your mouth and nose when you sneeze or cough using a tissue or the inside of your elbow. Wash or sanitize your hands, as mentioned before, for at least 20 seconds after coughing or sneezing. Avoid close contact with others if COVID-19 is spreading in your community. This step is very important if you are at higher risk of getting sick. There are many things that can lead to higher risk, such as being elderly, pre-existing medical conditions such as diabetes, or having other sicknesses that lower your immunity. If you are sick, stay at home except when seeking medical care. Separate yourself from other people and animals in your home. Do not go to work, school, or public areas. Avoid using public transportation, ride-sharing, or taxis. Reasons to seek medical care include temperature over 38 degrees Celsius or 101 degrees Fahrenheit, worsening cough, or shortness of breath. If COVID-19 is spreading in your community, avoid any unnecessary social interactions with large groups of people. You should stay at home if you can. All communities need to work together to limit the spread of the coronavirus. Remember to wash your hands with soap and water or hand sanitizer. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth with unwashed hands, and disinfect frequently used surfaces. Please seek the latest information from your local health authorities or the World Health Organization, as this is an ever-changing situation.
There's an old saying that I heard, that there's 2 kinds of people born in the hospital every day. There's a person born in the hospital that's going to get a job, and there's a person born in the hospital that's going to give that person the job. You have to decide along the way which one you're going to be. You can be a leader, but a leader is a developed set of skills. It's a developed set. And the more, but see, here's what stops the average person from being a leader, is the fear of the consequences of leading. Most people don't want the responsibility of being a leader. But let me tell you the trick though. The responsibility and ramifications and consequences of being a follower is more dire and more severe. Because now, as a follower, you just got to go along with whatever. You know how many adjustments you got to make when you're a follower? But the man come in and decide I'm having layoffs, and he hand you a slip and it's Christmas. What? That wasn't in your plans, but you decided you didn't want to be a leader, you want to be a follower. Now guess what? You got to deal with that. If I'm a leader and I own a company and the company start losing money, you think I'm fitting to not have my life? No. Cutbacks start on the follower. The leaders don't go, well, let me quit. Because if I quit, ain't nobody eating. The cutbacks start at the bottom. So you have to make a decision if you're going to be a leader or not. But understand what a leader is, though. Sometimes you just really want to be the leader of your own life. See, you don't have to lead a world leader. I have no aspirations of being Martin Luther King. I have no aspirations of being Gandhi. None whatsoever. I had really no aspirations of being the leader that I've become today. That I got young men listening to me that I wasn't even really counting on. I got dudes emailing me, man, running up to me, man, at Essence. This brother ran up to me and Terrence was stopping him from talking to me. And the big brother, about 300-some pounds, sweating, had a chef coat on, had a thermometer pen, sweating all over the place. He had seen me come off stage, saw me go through the back. He ran all the way around to meet me. And Terrence, stand down, soldier. Well, this big dude right here ain't with that. He said, hey, little man, come on now. Ain't nobody got time for all this here. I'm trying to holler at this man right here, because you don't know what I've been through. Stand down, soldier. Little man, before this turned into something else, I got to see him today. His whole thing was he was a prison inmate down in New Orleans, had been listening to me on the radio since 2005. Did his 5 years, got out the joint, started studying in prison food prep, because he said, man, you told me one morning you ain't gotta sit there and do nothing. You can better yourself from behind the wall and make one plan on not to come back. He said, you changed my whole life. He said, I come to tell you, man, I'm the chef right now at the Hilton. But the big dude was just crying. You know, we end up hugging. I cried with him because, you know, I be feeling people like that. I have no idea, nor did I have an aspiration to be an inspirational person to them. But I have always asked God in my own way to make me a relevant person. You know, I don't want to be a cat that when I die, ain't nobody tripping. Church empty, ain't nothing right here. Because, you know, it's two things, you know, when a person dies on their tombstone, there's a birth date, there's a dash, and then there's a date of your demise. And let me tell you something. When you die, they're not going to talk about your birthday. They're not going to talk about the day you died. The biggest conversation will be about that dash, that little dash. That's the life you lived in the middle of that date of birth and the date of demise. That dash will determine who you are.